All right, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back for week number 6 of Pete's Power Rankings. Yes, 6 weeks into the NFL season, we're starting to get a really good feel for the teams. Who's at the top of this league? Who is at the bottom? There was a lot of movement this week. Some really good games, really interesting stuff. Some big drops, some big jumps. I think the picture's starting to round it out. I watched like 9% of all these games on Monday, Thursday, Sunday, whenever. I'm taking notes, keeping tabs. I really think we got something here. A lot of teams at the bottom of this league, I think, are starting to wave the white flag and are looking forward to next year getting that top draft pick. We're going to break down starting off with 32 through 24 like we do every week. Before we do that, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. We're doing videos every day. It really helps the channel out a lot. We are growing like crazy. All right, bottom of the league here, not very good teams. I don't know how any of these teams dig themselves out of these holes, really. 32 through 24. Let's kick it off. Okay, 32 through 24, the bottom teams here. Not much movement. The Commanders still rocking in at 32. I'm going to slide the Panthers down one spot here. They just fired their head coach, Matt Rule. Pittsburgh got mollywopped by Buffalo. Kenny Pickett didn't seem to make any of a difference. Really tough on them. Hey, but the Texans picked up a huge win against the Jags. I told you this team was not incompetent. They were not embarrassing. They were tough, Houston. Bump them up 2 spots. The Bears, I got to stay in put. Nice comeback against the Vikings. They were also down 21-3 to start this game, but then they folded late, as per usual. Cardinals played the Eagles tough, but man, Kyler Murray, inexcusable slide there at the end of that game. Backup kicker. I hate this team. I hate their head coach. I hate their quarterback. They gave him a full-term deal. It was a massive mistake. Pretty big letdown here at 26. The Detroit Lions dropping 7 spots. Man, number 1 offense in football got shut out by New England. The third-string quarterback moved the ball, no problem, scored 29 points. Some of it was on defense, but still, really, really bad showing. This Lions team, I thought they were a lot better than they actually are. They just can't seem to win football games. Number 25, Denver dropping 3 spots. Pretty bad loss on Thursday night, just inexcusable. Nathaniel Hackett's the worst coach in the league. Russell hasn't been good, but he's got an injury he's dealing with. Hopefully that helped him. He got a little procedure done to fix it out. But man, this Denver team is bad. And the team that ended up beating them, not much better. The Indianapolis Colts, another horrible team. Matt Ryan feels super washed. They can't block. They turn the ball over. The defense is playing a little bit better, but it's hard not to stop the Denver Broncos. So I got the Colts here at 24. Let's slide on up here. Next group of teams, 23 through 16. 23 through 16 here, your middle tier teams. A lot of these teams are on the up, some are on the down, but these are little interesting guys that can maybe crack their way, find themselves in the playoff hunt towards the end of the season. Seattle dropping 3 spots, losing to the Saints. Just not great from the defense, giving up 40 points basically. Not good. Patriots bumping them up 5 spots here. Showed some life. That defense ranking 6th in fantasy. I know that, just keeping tabs on them. But they've been really good, and Zappy wasn't bad, so good on them. 21, the Browns dropping them 5 spots. Another atrocious loss from the Browns. Inexplicable head coaching decisions. Kevin Stefanski is a horrible coach at the end of football games. Feels like that's a trend going on with a lot of these young coaches. They just can't manage games. He's doing bad. Vegas +1. Really, really tough loss to the Chiefs. Blew a 17-0 lead, but that's what the Chiefs do. It was on the road. They evaporate those leads. I didn't hate them going for 2 in the win with 4 minutes left, but they didn't get it. They did end up getting the stop, and they got the ball back and couldn't convert. So I'm not going to... I like the Raiders. They're just... That's kind of where they are, around the 20s here. Saints, I'm going to pump them up 4. Big win. Big win. Taysom Hill did everything for them. They beat a decent Seahawks team. This is starting to get footing. If they can get Winston back, Saints could be dangerous, man. They got a lot of offensive weapons there. 18, the New York Jets hold out. They've won 2 games in a row. They're 3-2 on the season through 5. The Jets really like what they see. The defense is playing awesome. I know it was against a third stringer in Miami, but man, looking good. Zach Wilson looking like he can play some quarterback. They got Breece Hall, the rookie running back. He is doing some good stuff. He had about 197 yards of total offense, 100 receiving, 97 rushing. So all in all, good stuff from the Jets. Jags, a horrible home loss to the Texans, dropping them 5 spots to 17. They may have fooled us a little bit early in the season. This is probably where they should be. Again, a 6 to 8 win team here at the 17th spot. Atlanta 16, dropping them 2 spots. I thought they played Tampa pretty well. They got hosed on that roughing the passer penalty. They should have had a shot to win the game, but they were pretty inept offensively for the first 3 quarters, and the teams behind them really showed me a lot more, so I don't think they did enough to crack the top 15 for me. Got them here at 16, but these spots tend to fluctuate. Okay, number 15, the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, Tennessee's up 3 spots this week. I got them cracking my top 15. 3 wins in a row for Mike Vrabel's group. They've been ugly. They haven't been pretty. They really haven't blown me away, but they're going on a bye at a really good time. Keep working the offense. Keep trying to figure things out on the defense. This was a team that was the number 1 seed in the AFC last year. I know they lost A.J. Brown, but Treylon Burks out for a while hurts them also. But hey, they're doing enough. They haven't played any good teams really on who they beat at least. So maybe they can get these things figured out. 15's probably about where I got them here. It's an interesting squad. I think they're well coached. So I expect them to be competitive in some games, but they'll struggle beating good teams. Okay, number 14, the Dolphins. Yeah, the Dolphins dropping 10 spots this week. A massive, massive drop for my Dolphins here. I mean, I never bought into them. I thought they were overhyped. I know, Tua's hurt, then Teddy got hurt on the first game. They were playing a third-string quarterback. But, man, you can't give up 40 points to the Jets. You only had 2 turnovers. None of them went for touchdowns. You just can't give up 40 points to the freaking Jets, man. You got to be better than that. Mike McDaniel's having his first adversity as a head coach. They got the Vikings coming into town this week. Interesting matchup, a team that really likes to play close games with them. Sometimes struggles on offense, sometimes struggles on defense. So Dolphins is a really must-win game if you want to be competitive and keep up in the AFC East, because the Bills are kind of running away with it. And I'm just not really seeing much from you now. They were everybody's darling, but you could have easily lost to Buffalo. You could have easily lost to the Ravens. You easily could be a 1-win football team. Okay, number 13, your Green Bay Packers. I got them dropping 3 spots this week. Bad loss to the Giants in London town, man. I mean, the Giants might be a little bit better than we thought they were, but Green Bay got complacent. They were up, 17-3 in this game, 20-10 at halftime. Again, another anemic performance from the offense. Second half, Aaron Rodgers was abysmal. QBR of 34. He struggles to move the ball. He's not confident in his receivers. And I'm not sure Matt LaFleur is a very good head coach, at least situationally. He's been bad before in the playoffs. He seems like he's bad now. This is just not a very impressive team. Everybody was hyped on them when they were 3-1. They had 1 bad loss week 1, but they didn't beat anybody. They beat up a bad Tampa Bay team injury-wise. They haven't shown me anything offensively, and it came to fruition this week against the Giants. They lost, and they really should have won that game. Did not finish this game in the second half. Once that offense is figured out, they don't make any adjustments. They're all a first-half team, and it shows. That's why they're 13. Okay, number 12, the LA Rams. I got them dropping another 3 spots. This team is a mess offensively. Offensive line is in shambles. They can't block. Matt Stafford is playing like he played in Detroit. Turnovers left and right. He's missing throws. Cooper Kupp feels like he's the only guy he can get open. I mean, Allen Robinson is a bust for this team. They really need some help on the wide receiver spot. Higbee was okay. He's starting to emerge here a bit, but they can't run the ball at all, man. No running game whatsoever from this Rams team. I know they were playing a really good Dallas defense, maybe the best in football, but it just hasn't looked right all season. The defense has been okay, nothing special. Special teams has been bad for the Rams. They kind of sold their souls to the devil to win that Super Bowl, and it's starting to pay off bad for them. So I got the Rams here at number 12. Okay, 11. I'm going to keep the Bengals here at 11 back-to-back weeks. Tough loss, division game on the road, lost by 2 points against a really good Ravens team. They had a good drive. Zach Taylor's not a good coach. Okay, another young head coach. His play calling situationally and his game management is such a head scratcher, man. You're running reverses on the 2-yard line for a loss of 12s. What are you doing, man? It's just so frustrating. They took the lead. Defense couldn't get a stop against Lamar and the Ravens. Justin Tucker automatic. Not going to knock them for losing that game by 2 points. Ravens are a good team. It's on the road. It's in division. It's on prime time. They play good enough. They just need to be a little bit better here, Cincinnati. This is a team that should be in the top 10. Really maybe towards the higher end of the top 10 with their potential, but they just haven't lived up to it. So 11 stays for me. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here at number 10. It's not really a product of everyone, them playing great. It's really everyone in front of them. Nobody really doing much for me. I got the Chargers here at number 10, up 3 spots. They're 3-2. They've won a few games in a row. Another super close game. Another young head coach who is absolutely abysmal with game management, clock, all that stuff. I mean, what are you doing, Brandon Staley? Up 2 at your own 43-yard line with like a minute left, and you go for it on 4th and 1. What a bonehead move. Punt the ball, make the Browns go the field to kick the field goal to beat you. Now, you're lucky the Browns browned it up and missed that field goal, but good Lord, I'm going to put them at 10 here. The offense is starting to really hum, and 30 points on a really good Browns defense. Austin Eckler's back in the mix. They're starting to become two-dimensional on offense. Defense has been bad. They are a little banged up. They need to be better. They need a better coach. It's abysmal, I think. This will be their downfall as the coaching. Like Herbert and the offense, Keenan Allen's still out. When Keenan Allen comes back, adds another wrinkle to the offense. So I like the direction the Chargers are trending. I just don't like them long term. Okay, number 9, say what you want here, but your record's your record. Your schedule's your schedule. And Brian Daboll's got the Giants playing really good football. They're 4-1. They have 1 loss at home to the Cowboys, who are another really good team. And they didn't play abysmal in that game. They didn't play great, but they didn't play terrible. And we didn't know what Cooper Rush was and what this team was when they played them. So it's not really that bad of a loss. You don't want to lose home division games, but you beat the Packers team. Saquon Barkley has really reemerged as an elite running back. He's carrying this team. And Brian Daboll is the hot head coaching name. He looks like a great head coach. The Giants are so much better in every facet of the game. They're so much better situationally. He's doing a hell of a job coaching this football team. He's squeezing every last ounce out of Daniel Jones. Not sure Daniel Jones is really a good quarterback, but they're doing enough. They're winning football games. So I'm going to put the Giants here at number 9, up 8 spots here. Until they start losing games against better opponents, I can't really move them. I think they're a decent team. Okay, number 8 here. This is interesting. Teams 6 through 8 feel all kind of the same to me. It could be any given day. They all have a good unit. They all kind of have a flawed unit, and it's really interesting. I'm going to keep the Ravens here at number 8. Only managed to score 19 points. It was in 19-17. They beat the Bengals at home. Defense played a lot better. They protected that lead. They looked good. They shut down the Bengals offense. I know they've had their troubles, but this defense has been Swiss cheese this entire season, so good on them. Lamar, still a freak athlete, still a monster, but man, he missed some real gimme throws that would have put this game way out of reach. Still not a very accurate passer. Still looks like he's trying to pass more than he needs to. Lamar, you sometimes just gotta go, Bubba. You're not that great of a passer. You're not that great of a quarterback. You're a great athlete. You make plays. It's just, I don't know, man. You gotta work on some of your throws there. And you got Justin Tucker, the moneymaker, Mr. Automatic. So I like the Ravens here at number 8. There's some issues with this team. It's just not really running that smooth for them. Okay, number 7. Probably to everybody's surprise, I'm not going to move the Cowboys either. Really nice win against the Rams. It was the Rams' like 3rd, 4th string unit on the offensive line, I mean. And, the defense carried the day. This is an elite defense. This is definitely a defense that can win a Super Bowl. All the questions are on the offense. Cooper Rush threw for like 100 yards, no touchdowns, no picks. They're running the ball well. They got to switch it up, though. Zeke's got to be your second option. You got to go to Tony Pollard. He's a home run in a bottle. He's much more of a number 1 back. Zeke's kind of a power, slow back. He churns out some yards, but man, this offense could really take the next step. Now, their tight end Dalton Schultz is always hurt. CeeDee Lamb, doing okay. Michael Gallup, okay there. The question is, what is this team going to look like when Dak comes back? Dak's going to make some more risky throws. Dak's going to maybe turn the ball over more. They might throw the ball more than they need to. I think this team needs to pound the rock and play behind that defense. I don't think this defense is going anywhere. You may catch them every now and then. Micah Parsons and that defensive line are game wreckers. I just think this is an elite defensive unit, and there's a lot of questions on offense for me. Even when Dak gets back, I'm not going to be so sold on them. Mike McCarthy is probably going to end up being the downfall of this team, and that's unfortunate. Okay, number 6, I'm keeping my Vikings at 6. Looked great for the first half. Man, 21-3 lead on the Bears. Everything was humming. Of course, another team that just shoots itself in the foot. Bad decisions, this, that, and the other. But guess what? They say what you want about Kirk Cousins. 3 straight game-winning drives this season. Not against the best competition, but they're winning games. They're getting the leads, and the defense for once, unlike last year, is holding these leads. They are bend, don't break. Their scheme feels terrible. This team feels like it's going to lose because of its defense. But if the offense cleans things up and the defense gets a little bit better, this is definitely one of your better teams in the NFC. Definitely a top team to worry about if they can get things humming. And it's just like them and the Cowboys playing each other in a couple weeks here. I think it's probably 4 weeks or 5 weeks. That's going to be a really good game when Dak gets back. I think these two teams are going to be about the same. I think it's a good matchup. I have the Vikings a little bit ahead because I just kind of trust their coaching a little bit more than Mike McCarthy. But when it's all said and done, you never just know who's going to make the play when you need to. So I'm going to keep the Vikings here at 6. A little bit more to be desired, but I think this is a good football team. Just like the Cowboys, just like the Ravens, there's really not much separating these 3 teams. Okay, number 5, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers staying put again. Didn't really wow me this week. They were in control, kind of let it get away. Again, the offense not really doing much. The defense played better, but got lucky, man. That penalty they called on Tom Brady, really, really bad penalty. And they got lucky. It ended the game. It is what it is. You just hate to see it. Tampa Bay, another team that doesn't seem to be clicking on all cylinders. They feel a little bit better just because you trust Tom Brady, the GOAT, in these bigger situations, in bigger games. But I don't know, man. Tampa Bay's a good team. The NFC feels really, really weak. Really, really wide open, honestly. But so I'm going to keep the Buccaneers here at number 5. They got a lot to work on. They need to shore up the protection. They need to run the ball better. But still, the NFC is not great. They're towards the top of it. Okay, number 4, man, the biggest jump I've had on this thing all year. I got the San Francisco 49ers up 11 spots all the way to number 4. This feels like the second best team in the NFC. I know they played the Panthers, but man, defense is great. It's unbelievable. It's ferocious. Probably the best defense in football. Them and the Cowboys are neck and neck. They suffocate you. They get after the quarterback. It's a huge problem for teams. And Jimmy G in the offense is starting to click. They're running the ball really well. He's getting more comfortable. They're getting the ball to Deebo Samuel. They're not even using Kittle that much yet. When they have to, they could still go to George Kittle, one of the best tight ends in the game. So this team really has a lot of potential. The downfall is going to be Jimmy G and Kyle Shanahan with the lead. You know, Kyle Shanahan likes to blow leads as a head coach, and Jimmy G is just like not quite that guy. He's really good enough. He's got him to a Super Bowl before. Got him to the NFC Championship game last year. He's just good enough. I don't think it's enough to take them over the edge. It could end up hurting them in a playoff game if they get up against a big team. It's just really hard to say, but right now, I feel like the Niners are playing really, really good ball, and they're a super talented roster. They're super deep. Now, they are banged up a little bit. We'll see how this plays out, but I really like the Niners here at number 4. Okay, number 3, I'm going to keep the Buffalo Bills staying put at number 3. Fantastic game against the Steelers. Offense, big-time performance. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, Gabe Davis did everything, but they were supposed to blow out the Steelers. I know it was maybe a little bit more than you'd expect, but defense looked good. Rookie quarterback could do nothing. I am concerned that they don't run the football that much. They're a little bit up and down with the offense. Next week is the huge prove-it week. We got Chiefs and Bills next week. These two teams have been back and forth up here at the top of the AFC teams. I'm going to keep the Bills here at number 3. I'm really interested to see this game this upcoming week. It should be a fun one, but for right now, Bills staying put at number 3. Okay, number 2. Surprise. I'm dropping the Eagles a spot here. You know, they're still 5-0. It was a real ugly win out in the desert at Arizona. And you know what? You got it. Good teams win these ugly games. But man, A.J. Brown, 3 completions on the first drive, not a single completion the rest of the game. That's not acceptable, man. Nick Sirianni is a decent coach. I don't think he's any sort of wizard over here. Offense is running okay. The defense is playing good football. There do seem to be some holes when you figure them out. When you take away the run game, you take away the quick stuff. It just seems like this team could have a flaw in it, and you make Hurts torch you from the pocket. I think that's their weakness here. But, you know, they're still 5-0. I still think they're the best team in the NFC. But I'm going to drop them down here to number 2 because I think we have a new best team. Really impressed me so far this season. And it wasn't a big win, but it was a really impressive win. Okay, the new top dogs. Yes, your Kansas City Chiefs. I'm bumping them up a spot. I'm putting them in at number 1. Down 17-0 in the second quarter against the Vegas Raiders. Came all the way back. Won the game 30-29. Say, oh, they went for the 2. Blah, blah, blah. If they kick the extra point, the game's tied. The Chiefs probably go down, kick that field goal with their suspect kicker, win the game. 4 touchdowns from Travis Kelce. He's a monster. Mahomes is playing out of his mind. This team, when they get focused, when they pay attention, they are just a handful to stop. The defense is actually playing a little bit more complimentary. They got toasted a little bit by Devontae Adams this week. They got to clean that up. But everything else, man, this is a really complete football team. They're so scary offensively. They feel almost impossible to stop some nights. Sometimes they shoot themselves in the foot. But, man, that's really about it. If they could add one more receiver to this team, if they could add OBJ to this team, oh my God, this team will be absolutely unstoppable. Maybe DJ Moore becomes available from Carolina as trade bait. But if this team adds one more receiver, I think they're going to be unstoppable. The defense is a concern, but I mean, their playoff experience. This is a good football team. Andy Reid's a great head coach. I think it's all coming together. I got the Chiefs number 1. They're playing the Bills this upcoming week. It should be a great game. Maybe the Bills blow out the Chiefs, upset them, and we got a new number 1 next week. But it was really great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Where was I on? Where was I off? Who do I got overrated? Who's underrated? Really interesting to see what you guys think in the comments below. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends. It really helps the channel out a lot. We are growing like crazy, and I will see you guys next week for week 7.